Good evening and thanks for joining us. Mike, as we just saw, we get up close and personal with one of the Bobcats.
Yes, this week I talked to Bowen about what his plans are for the Christmas season and how he feels the team's going so far.
Looking forward to it. And Gerard, what can we expect over the next few days here in terms of weather?
Well, let's just start with the next 24, maybe the next few days. We should be getting some blue skies and sun. We've got a high pressure coming in from the north, but it just might be a bit chilly tomorrow afternoon. But let's see what we got today, because today the wind has really been up and down kind of thing, anywhere out of the southwest, so bringing maybe some of that warmer air in. We saw a high today of -4 just at around 2 o'clock. We're seeing some cloud cover, which is holding the temperature in for the time being. Humidity's gone up to 75%, and we're running possibly the chance of some flurries in the Cold Lake area later on this evening. As we compare across the region, it's cleared off nicely in the Battlefords, and the high temperature they saw today was at -3 just at around 2 o'clock. But we're looking for some cloud cover building up later on, and across the region running about a 40% chance of seeing some flurries possibly tomorrow afternoon. But the details of all of that and the high pressure and the possibility of the blue skies and sunshine, we'll chat about it some more a little later in the cast.
A Cold Lake woman is spending 8 months in jail after being convicted of stealing tens of thousands of dollars. Diane Magus pled guilty to theft after collecting cash from apartment renters and putting it in her own pocket. Magus will have to fork out over $34,000, which will go to Chevrolet Development Limited, the company in charge of the apartment. Magus says she took the cash to give to her daughter, who was struggling financially. The new Alberta Liberal leader, Sherman, is looking to give Lakeland residents something they haven't had since 1997. For the first time in 14 years, a Liberal candidate could run for office in the next provincial election. As Clayton Brown explains, although it's a heavily conservative riding, Sherman believes more and more people are looking for a new direction.
Currently making his way through Bonnyville and Cold Lake, Sherman says he's learning many people in the area are unsatisfied with the current leadership of Alberta.
You have to listen to the people to identify the problem and listen to them to identify the solution. And that's what's been missing in government. We got to return Alberta back into Alberta's hands.
Around 40% of Albertans went to the polls last election, which is a concern for Sherman. He says the growing popularity of the Liberal Party is proof people want change.
If you look at our leadership race, we had signed up 30,000 new members or supporters. And you've got the advent of the Wild Rose Party as well. Many Albertans are looking for change. They're not getting answers from their current government.
Part of getting change is giving Albertans different options. And for the first time in a long time, it looks as though there will be a Liberal candidate on the ballot in the next provincial election.
I believe there is an appetite for change in this riding. And I would like to see a contested nomination. With support, yeah, I would put my name in.
Give Rob one chance, and give the new Sherman Liberals a chance.
In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, New Cap News.
An odd case of theft out of Neilburg. 20 calves were stolen off an acreage sometime in the last week of November and the first week in December. A variety of breeds were stolen off the site. None were branded or had ear tags. Police say suspects loaded up the calves in a trailer, possibly by a 1-ton truck. Anyone with information is asked to call police. The Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lloydminster held their annual general meeting today. The gathering also gave members the chance to reflect on the previous year and look ahead to the future. As Peter Quinlan explains, volunteers are what keeps this organization running.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lloydminster has reason to celebrate this year.
We won our Agency Growth Award for Big Brothers Big Sisters National for the second year in a row for a growth increase of 10.3% for children served.
Volunteers have been busy mentoring children. It's a time that one Lakeland College student will cherish forever.
This is my last week, which will be really sad because we have been with the kids, and it's really excellent to do it at the Christmas season.
Without volunteers like Thurza, these opportunities would not exist.
We have amazing staff and amazing volunteers that help us get through bartending, designated driving, gift wrapping. We do a weekly bottle pickup.
With 188 volunteers, Robinson says the program transforms the lives of both the student and mentor.
Yeah, it taught me patience. Like, you can't get mad at them. You just have to smile.
You cannot believe what a difference an hour a week makes for the child. However, what we quite often find is once you volunteer, you, the volunteer, get just as much out of it or more as the child does.
One of the biggest challenges in the coming year is what to do with the 40 kids on their waiting list.
No organization could exist without volunteers. So if you don't volunteer, the organization will disappear.
Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.
A leaky roof and high heating bills are just part of the problem. With a hall built back in 1949, members of Lloydminster's Grace United Church have decided it's time to make some changes.
I actually got married right here in 1955.
There's a lot of history in this building for Vic Juba. The Grace United Church has deep-seated roots in the border city. This particular hall has been standing for over 60 years. But despite its history, members agree it's time for an upgrade.
There's no point spending a lot of repair dollars on something that will still be old. So the alternative is, of course, to demolish and build new.
The price tag is a hefty one, with the new structure costing close to $3 million. Members have already raised $600,000 to date and are optimistic they can rake in the rest of the funds.
Lloydminster is an incredible community and an incredible giving community, and I'm very positive, and we will have that money in place. I'm not worried about raising the money at all.
One of the main goals of the new facility is easy access for all members.
Currently, we've got a split-level church, and accessibility for the elderly and the infirm is very, very difficult, and so that's one of the major changes that I'm hoping for, is that we'll have a one-level facility.
Members aim to have all the money raised by the end of next year and hope to break ground in the spring of 2013. As for Vic Juba, he's sad to see the building go, but knows it's all for the best.
There's no question that we needed to do something.